Good morning. Good morning. Today's topic can be easy one. I struggle to figure out which is the huge problem for renting to black men. There are so many. You may have seen the thumbnail. I guess it's what it's called, thumbnail of the dreadlock. Let me see if I can pull that up. Funny story about this. Some people may be familiar with this, others aren't. You may have seen me on CT React show where I highlighted the dreadlock here. Let me see if I can show it. I have a house where I had to go snake a drain. A young man was complaining that the drain was clogged. And at the time, there weren't any women in the house, and there was only a couple guys. There was one guy with long hair, and that's the guy that was complaining about the dreadlock, which is interesting because none of the other guys complained about, well, that's the guy that was complaining about the clogged tub, I should say. But no one else complained about the clogged tub, which is what I found interesting. Anyway, so I go there and snake the tub. I mean, the tub was full of water, like someone had taken a bath. So I snake the tub, and again, this is what I pulled out of the tub, and I go to the guy and I say, "Hey, man, like, you clearly had to stuff one of your dreadlocks down the drain." And of course, he said, "It wasn't me. It wasn't me." And so, of the many, many issues that you're going to encounter dealing with black people, black men in particular, one of the most surprising things will be this. You see how short my hair is. I couldn't clog up your drain. My hair couldn't clog up your drain. But in the black community, you're going to deal with this quite a bit because the men and the women with the synthetic hair, the weaves, are going to clog your drain. So it's just one of the things you have to be aware of and uh, be skeptical of when renting to black men. But these are issues that are easily solved. You buy a snake from Amazon, a plumbing snake, and you can easily get these out of the drain. But the bigger problem that I found for people that want to know, let me show you some more dreadlock pictures. This is from another bathroom, maybe a week later. And I think the culprit here was probably a woman. You can see here just clogged drain. How that hair gets all down there, I have no idea. But one of the things is they never ever remove the excess hair that sits on top of the drains. Remember, I said the tragedy of the commons will always be an issue with black people, renters in general, but black people in particular, because you're going to have hair, excess hair. Oftentimes, it's not their hair. And the drains in the sewer system just is not meant for these type of things. Like, look at that. I could hardly get this off of my snake. Like, and you can tell this is a very nice bathroom, right? And look at the amount of, hair, that comes out of there. So, if you're not willing to do these type of things yourself, I just showed you maybe $500 in repairs, unhappy guests while the drains are clogged. And so it's one of the many, many things you will face renting, to black people, black men, particularly the black men with the dreadlocks. But I wanted to share a couple things, a couple articles with you. We all remember um, the shooting in Brooklyn. I think you remember that. Let me pull it up because I was looking back at that video. I'm referring to the loud music shooting in Brooklyn. So I was looking back at that video, just like, man, that is one extreme example of when you're renting to blacks where there's some form of interaction, be it a common hallway, common kitchen, common bathroom. You're gonna have like interactions between these people. And what you're going to realize in this video, and this is the aftermath, it's not the video, so we don't have to worry about YouTube. But what you're going to realize is a couple of things that I want you to pay attention to here. And I'll stop the video as it runs to better show it to you. So let's go here. Let's see. I think I have it here. Let me see where I have it. I think this is it here. I think this is it here. Let's see. See, this may be it, Papa Surge.
Scene for us. Crystal?
Is going upstairs and
Bush, that neighbor is now the victim's.
There's been a constant flow of support in and out from local lawmaker, while the family is demanding.
The guy downstairs, he killed my brother, the neighbor. He killed my brother and my dad.
The law still doesn't feel real.
I think that I'm dreaming. Killing my husband in front of my 10-year-old.
The pools of blood outside Marie DeLille's fourth-floor apartment in the Flatbush Gardens complex in East Flatbush. A constant reminder of the horror Sunday night. A gunman opened fire, killing 47-year-old Vladimir Maturin and his 27-year-old son, Shinwei Mood.
Last night, I was in the kitchen doing dishes. While I was...
Let me stop it right here for 1 second. Will you look at that door? I mean, just look at that door. Did the landlord destroy their door? Who destroyed that door? I'm really curious to know. Now, I bet you that these people would probably blame the landlord and say, hey, the landlord needs to fix my door. If you look at any time in the inner cities where there are complaints about slumlords, to a fault, they will always complain about doors being broken. Doors need repair. No, they didn't complain when the landlord put the door up. The door was perfectly fine. The landlord clearly didn't put the door up looking like this. What would be the point? But someone has been kicking, scratching, deliberately taking the paint off of this door. But the bigger point is, none of these people ever took the time or the effort or even cared enough to repair the door, which is the entry place to their own home. Yeah, I just wanted to point that out.
Emptying the sink. I hear bang, 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 bang.
DeLille says the downstairs resident was banging on the ceiling, angry about...
Again, she says the man was banging on the ceiling because they were making loud noise. I've lived in New York. This is what they do. I've been over someone's home. They complain about the neighbor upstairs. They go get a broom handle and bang on the ceiling. The lack of conflict resolution, the lack of community or neighborly interactions where they can go upstairs and say, hey, you're making a little bit too much noise here. They don't do that. They take a broom handle instead and make even more noise beating on the door. Oh, I'm sorry, in the ceiling in this case.
Noise allegedly coming from DeLille's apartment around 10:30 p.m.
I'd be like, did anybody make noise? The kids be like, no, mommy, nobody make noise. My husband bang back. The men...
So you heard her say, her husband bang back. If they're not making any noise, well, now they are. Because she said her husband, he banged back. Is that the way you deal with loud noise? Is that the way you would want your tenants dealing with loud noise? Because that is the way these people deal with loud noise. Now, I'm going to get to the root cause of this later as it relates to the title of dealing with black men and running to black men, but we'll let this video play.
Came upstairs, kicked the door.
DeLille says an argument escalated before the suspect fired 9 rounds at father and son.
Hey, look at there. Would you want to live in a building where there's a memorial inside of the building? Not outside. In your hallway. Matter of fact, would you want to live in a building where 2 people were killed in the hallway? You got to walk past that every day. I guarantee you, if those people had the means to move, they are dead. And the people that didn't move, the ones who are honoring this memorial here of their loved ones, imagine how low to the ground these people must be to pass by this every day that they walk. That's their apartment right here. They have to walk past the candles of their loved one being killed. The mother lives there. She has to walk past this every day. Why wouldn't she move? who would continue to live there? And look at what they're doing. Like, wouldn't you want to bury those memories, move on, find a better life? But everyone that lives on this hallway has to come into the building, come to the hallway, face this fire hazard. This is a lit candle. The only people, two people, who couldn't even effectively handle loud music. Now you got 3 people dead. 3 people dead. Probably 6 or 7 people, 6 or 7 apartments, not people, apartments in this one building affected because of these 2 people, these 2 families couldn't control the loud noise, music, whatever. Usually it's music. And in this case, it probably was the children that were making noise. Because the Africans probably weren't, these are Haitians, they probably weren't playing loud music. If so, they would have turned it down. But it was their children probably jumping up and down, making loud noise. This man, he worked a job. I think he was a former correctional officer. And he threw it all away. He probably wanted a good night's rest. Maybe it worked overnight at the correctional office. Come home, he wants a good night's rest. Maybe sleeping during the day. And the kids jumping up and down, they're home during the day. And he's fed up. He can't take it anymore. As they said in this video, they told you that this has been constant loud noise complaints between these 2 families. And they can never resolve it.
The family, originally from Haiti, downsized from a larger apartment, an adjustment for her younger children. There's been an ongoing dispute for years about noise.
Years. Ongoing dispute for years. And the only way they were able to resolve it was by 2 dead and 1 killed by the police. Can you imagine the cleanup costs in that apartment building? Them 2 dead Negroes over some loud music, loud noise. People blaming the landlord. The landlord didn't kill him. He wasn't playing loud music or banging on the ceilings or the floors. But yet, these people will complain and say, hey, we can't have nice places to live. You saw their front door. You saw how they responded to me simply asking them to turn the music down a bit. Stop making so much noise. And none of these people moved. And we're going to get to this topic one day about the whole notion of a slumlord. Because I bet if you would have asked these people, is your landlord a slumlord? They said, hell yeah. But if you'd ask them, and no one's going to ask them in the media, how do you continue to live where you have to pass by the death of your son? Your children have to pass by that every day. I'm almost willing to bet right now they're not even paying rent. I didn't even know these people were still living here. I can't believe it. But the fact that they're still living there, they're probably using that trauma against the landlord to not pay rent. That's the only reason. It's the only thing that would explain to me why these people would still be living there after their father and son was killed in the hallway. I guarantee you they're not paying rent.
Kids make noise all the time. It doesn't dictate for someone to come up with a firearm.
We knocked on the suspect's door. A woman refused to comment. Assemblywoman Monique Chandler Waterman helped the grieving family.
My job, I look at, is supporting the whole entire family and the community and providing wraparound services on what's needed. When something like this happened, it traumatized the family.
The family now holding on to memories.
My son is a good boy.
Now you remember the lady came out to the father came out with some scissors or something. And the son, he came out with the father. So I don't necessarily blame the son. So she's saying the son is a good boy. I'm interested to hear, is she going to speak on the father? The one who presumably went back in the home to get a weapon. Because when the man pulled out his gun, the father went back in the house to get a weapon. Presumably to up the force. He came out with scissors at first, and then he went back or started to retreat back into the home, and this when he was shot. So let's see what she says about the father.
Boy, my husband is a good guy. He's not violent. My husband have no gun, no weapon. Why would you bring your gun to shoot my family? Why would you bring your gun to tear my family apart?
She just doesn't understand. And this is what, as a landlord, and I know I'm a little bit off topic here, but this is what you deal with a lot of blacks. When you're renting to them, they don't see cause and effect. Recently, I had a lady put a microfiber towel. Let me see if I can, just like what I showed you earlier with the dreadlock. She flushed one of those down the toilet because she couldn't or wouldn't go to the pantry to get a fresh roll of toilet paper. I'll tell you no lie. She wiped her ass with a microfiber towel and flushed it down the toilet. She was pregnant black woman. So here we go. Back to the you get me stirred up here. So back to the video.
And we're told the husband was a bus driver and Uber driver, just a hardworking man. The family is also asking for increased security to make it harder for people who are not residents to go inside the building, knowing that the suspect is still on the run. The Assemblywoman said she does plan on speaking with the police to make that happen for them. Again, the search well underway for the suspect.
I'll tell you, that is one of the serious issues, you know, when you're dealing with the blacks is the lack of conflict resolution. But again, I think the bigger issue here, above and beyond the lack of conflict resolution, and we're going to get to this, and I'm going to show you another article here that really explains what I mean. But when you're dealing with them, oftentimes there's typically a woman involved, and the men who oftentimes are fighting for that woman, they're going to up it until they kill someone, typically over their woman. So let's look at a video here. This is from Alabama, good old sweet home Alabama. See, maybe we play the video here. Let's see. We're gonna play the video, see what happens here.
Charged with the shooting, Larry Jones Jr. is being held in the Tuscaloosa County Jail on attempted murder charges.
Dreadlocks.
Investigators say Jones Jr.
Notice the dreadlocks. I started off the show showing you a dreadlock that I pulled out of the tub. Yesterday, I led off the show with two guys with long dreadlocks, just like these guys. And the show was about, well, how do you avoid ring the black man, the bad black tenants, find the best black men, or something to that effect? Well, if they look like this, you can't rent to them. I don't care how much money they have. I don't care if it's illegal or not. But you'd be better off not renting than renting to someone like this.
started shooting after getting into a fight with the victim. The case remains under investigation.
All right, so let's read this video here. I'm not sure what this one is. Let's look at this article here. Police in Tuscaloosa are investigating a woman was shot multiple times Wednesday night at the Loft Apartments. Again, the landlord, here it has to deal with all of the aftermath of this. The police don't clean up crime scene. They don't clean up homicide scenes. That's on the landlord. I had a tenant once. He wasn't even a tenant. It's the crazy thing. I'd be surprised if these people are not tenants. I wouldn't be surprised if they're not tenants. But the landlord doesn't get any assistance from the government to clean these places up. So, well, I think it's the video playing. Oh, no. So, back to the article. The woman is suffering from serious injuries and is in critical condition. there was a fight between the victim and a man named Larry Jones. We showed Jones. He's been charged with attempted murder. Now, again, man, woman, man shoots woman. Assuming they both lived there or he lived with her, more than likely her name was probably on the lease. You end up in situations like this where he ends up shooting the woman. And I bet you maybe she was working in the hospital or something like that, making halfway decent money. And this is what happens. Let's take a look at this, the apartment building where it happened. The Lofts at City Center. Now, I used to live in Tuscaloosa, so I'm very familiar with where this is. This is not a bad area. Not a bad area at all. City Center. Yeah, this is not a bad area at all. I mean, just look at, yeah, I know exactly where McFarland Boulevard. Look at these apartments. Let's see what they cost. Wow, it's kind of cheap for Alabama. 4-bedroom, 4-bath for $585. That can't be real. What? That can't be real. I may have to go back to Alabama. Oh, it's per person. Nice. $485 per person. 4 bedrooms, so that's about $1,600 from the entire place. Damn, that still sounds really cheap though, doesn't it? Damn, $485 per person per month. And look at it, it's 11-month lease. Okay, even better. But I imagine in Alabama, this is probably pretty, pretty costly down there in Alabama for a room. $500 for a room. This is nice. There, look. I mean, this is pretty nice student housing. If nothing else, this is some pretty decent student housing. And look what happens here. The landlord may not have rented to any of these people, but a conflict between a man and a woman. And now he is faced with probably $10,000 cleaning it up, the loss of his current tenants and any prospective tenants, the lowering of the rents that he may be facing to recruit new tenants. I mean, hey, this is par for the course here. But anyway, nice apartments here. Nice apartments. All right. We're going to stop sharing this one. And there was another article that caught my eye here and really piqued my interest here. I'm going to see if I can pull it up. So here's the one I want to pull up. But before I tell you that, let's start off talking about it. I had a tenant killed in one of my apartments. There were 2 guys actually shot. And so the one guy, he ran to the basement. He should have ran upstairs. He would have only been shot in the back or something. But he ran to the basement. And when he ran to the basement, it's basically a dead end. And so the guys just stood there at the landing. They were children. And he was just shooting him. And as he shot him, he died. His blood oozed into the apartment, into the basement. So these people were trapped with a dead body at the mouth of how they exit. I mean, they couldn't even open the door. His dead body sprawled out there until the police came. They're doing the investigation. These people are basically trapped inside their home with blood oozing into the apartment. And so, I point these things out. Like, these are the issues when you're dealing with blacks that really, really, you can't even forecast the things that they'll do. And the cost that comes into it whenever they, let me put the link in the chat here for anyone. Oh, someone says I need to raise the volume on video. I put the link in the chat here. Anyone want to join? But yeah, so back to the story. So these 2 guys can run in. They get one shot in the back, so he's bleeding too. So he's affecting the people upstairs. But the one that ran down in the basement, he really took the full brunt of all the shooting. And I was on CT stream one day, and one of the guys that was here We had to clean it up. One day I'm going to bring him back, and we probably going to do old stream to clean it up, the violence that blacks inflict on each other. You know, I had one tenant, and he's been tenant for a long time, very decent guy. And I kind of put him in position to run another tenant away, let's say that. But I underestimated the other tenant because I wanted to get rid of both of them. And the other tenant had a little dog in him. And so when the one guy initiated the fight, as I knew he would, the other tenant fought back pretty damn good. And he stabbed the boy up real damn good. Now, I got rid of both tenants. That was the point. But I didn't expect it to come to a serious stabbing. So I had to clean up the stabbing again. Like, these blacks, they have no conflict resolution. And these are the things that if you get into the business and if you have some black tenants, you're going to have these problems. Yesterday, what did I show you? And again, it's the illogical nature that when you're dealing with the people, which makes it even more, insane in that the thing you're dealing with, is just totally illogical behavior. So let me see if I can show you. From yesterday, one of the things that you'll see. Yeah, this is good. So if you remember from yesterday, right? And I don't even know if you can see it. I may have to go to my Google Drive. Okay. But here's a guy basically fighting in the house. And I showed you that yesterday. He's fighting in the house and he's basically apologizing for fighting. And as you can see, he's a DoorDash driver and all this, all that. But they're constantly fighting. And it is something, if you rent to black men, you can snake the hair up. You can get rid of the hair. You may be able to make sure that they pay on time, but you're not going to get around the interpersonal conflict. The things that you see on the street, them fighting, shooting, again, they don't leave that in the street. They bring it home with them. And you end up seeing some of the most insane violence and illogical behavior that you could ever imagine. Let me see if I think I found one. Listen to this. People fighting on the porch. They're getting in verbal loud fights in the room. Doors slamming. This isn't the Airbnb I want to heard. I just want my money. Cops came. Blah, blah. Don't feel comfortable with my girlfriend. Can't go downstairs to heat my... This is what happens when you do, when you bring them in, and it only takes one. You got one black, he could be, I was on CT stream. It was a black guy at home having an argument on the phone. He was in the military. And he ended up getting himself killed by a police officer because I guess his next door neighbor thought he was arguing with someone. And this is how they argued. They argued loud, very aggressive. And so the police thought that, the next door neighbor thought that someone was home with him. No one was there. He's just arguing through the phone. I see it all the time. I hear people walking up and down my street just screaming into their phones. Early in the morning, late at night, middle of the day, it doesn't matter. And you're going to deal with those kind of situations. Yeah, let me see if I can show you another. Here's one, again, back to the hair thing. Let me see if I can show you. Oh, this is beautiful if I have it. Wait a minute. I really want. I have one I want to show you. Here's a good one. It's not even for this show, but yeah, I think you'll find this interesting. Here's a guest that was supposed to check in, and they said, "Listen, I want you to read it." And so this is on. I shouldn't even say, but let's just say it's in DC somewhere. And so someone sent me this. Did someone send me this? Was this someone from a friend? I see this on the internet. I can't remember what. But very, yeah, I've had this situation before. Let's just say I know this to be true. We never used the service since we had the worst experience of my life. I arrived at the property around 10 p.m. and I went one block from the property, so I had to go to the next block to return. He noticed, he won't say who the they are. He'll say, they. Who is they? He won't say. And so we all know who they is. They approached me. 6 not very pleasant people. Not very pleasant. The words these people use sometimes. And he says, I wonder how not pleasant were they. Who spoke loudly to me and asked me what I was doing in the area, which I did not answer, but they behaved more aggressively. So he did not say anything. He walked away and they behaved even more aggressively, which I did not answer, but they behaved more aggressively. For this reason, I decided to leave the area in search of a place where I can stay. They cost you a lot of money, but they add nothing. And let me see if I can, before I wrap this thing up, I wanted to add one more thing here. People oftentimes they say, well, it's just the young blacks. It's just a certain percentage of blacks. It ain't the old blacks. And they always say that. Hey, I want you to look at this article here. Lady Kathy Mays. It looked like we have a Ice Cube to the stage. I'll bring you up. Let me bring you up. Ice Cube.
How's it going? Yes, sir.
How's it going today? Let me cover this article, and then I'll let you give some feedback here. So you see this black lady here, sister, old sister. She's lived at an apartment for 21 years. She's retired. It keeps her busy by taking walks, praying for Portland and its citizens every Tuesday and Thursday morning, she says. Let's see. In February, the nonprofit developer that owns and manages her building stopped accepting rent checks from her. Later that month, it served her with an eviction notice saying she owed too much in back rent. Before I go too far, Cube, why do you think they stopped accepting rent checks from her? Because that's unusual. What do you say?
Well, hold on. I got a question for you. Well, let me ask you a question. So they probably stopped accepting them because they didn't want her to stay. They just wanted her gone. So they didn't want to accept no more of the money. They just wanted her to leave. That'd be my guess. But can I ask you a question real quick?
Sure.
Okay, so I get your thumbnail and your title and all this. The fifth grade question would be, why do you continue to rent them?
And I get that question all the time. That's a very good question. And are you black, by the way? Or are you black in
Yes.
skin? I see
Yeah.
you. All right.
Yeah.
And matter of fact, I've seen you on a CT show. Here's the thing. Only black people ask me this. Now, white people will say, I wouldn't do it. Totally understand. But white people will oftentimes say, black people oftentimes say, why are you doing this? Whoa, why are you doing this? And so my next response is, if I didn't do it, then who would rent to these people? Outside of the New York City Housing Authority, maybe some housing projects or some senior citizen development. Who would rent to these blacks? If people truly had their choice of saying no blacks to rent, I don't want to rent any blacks, do you think people would rent to blacks? You're on mute.
Yeah, I think so.
You think so?
Mm.
Well, but you asked me, why do I do it? And I'm telling you that, these are the people that I hit. This is how they are. There's some good ones, sure. But there are a lot of bad ones. And that's what this channel is about. How to avoid the bad ones and make money off of the good ones. Because in my opinion, the good ones got to pay the price for the bad ones. That's just the way the world works. I'm not going to treat some nigger like I hope I ain't thinking. I'm not going to treat some black person like he's a white person when he could quickly go black on me overnight. He could go black. And, listen, let me tell you a story. I had a tenant once, a woman no less, tried to run a coup on me. You know, niggas, they love coups, running coups and shit like that. And she tried to collude with another tenant in the house. And she said, hey, why don't we both get together and not pay rent? I've never had a black or white person, not even a Hispanic person, do that.
Mm.
And so these are the type of situations that when you do renting them, you face these, kind of encounters. But I think again, if I didn't do it, who would? And you think there are people out here that would?
You cut off on me for a second. Can you repeat the question?
You think that there are people out here? You think there are plenty of people lining up, black people lining up to rent to other blacks? You think there are a lot of people willing to do it? A lot of other black people willing to do it?
No, probably not. So then why do you do it? I'm not sure.
Well, I've been doing it for years. This is a good question. Yeah, I've been doing it pretty much all my life. My mother was a landlord. My father was a landlord. I've been doing it all my life. So it comes somewhat natural to me. Like, some things you're natural for. But I think there are a lot of people, I've known a lot of people that have gotten into the business without a full understanding of what it's like to deal with black people and how to deal with them. Maybe they don't understand their own culture, or in many cases, they've never done business with their own culture. If you talk to an African, whatever, they'll tell you, when you're dealing with Africans, they like to bargain and negotiate. If you talk to an Indian, Indians like to bargain and negotiate. Well, blacks are the same way. That they do things, and if you do not understand how they behave, you'll be operating, from behind the 8 ball, or without a good understanding of who your client, guest, or customer is. And so, why I do it, I understand these blacks. They don't cause me a problem, or I sleep well at night. Where after they've done something stupid, like put a microfiber towel down my drain, I'm able to snake it. You can't really avoid it. I just charge them more the next time. What's crazy? The lady that wiped her ass with a microfiber towel.
So hold on, guy. If I cut you up, so you're doing it because you could make more money off of them than other groups of people.
I have other groups of people that I rent to, but blacks do make up probably 40-50%, maybe even more of my revenue stream. So I got to make it work. And so how do I make it work? Well, there are a lot of ways a lot of things you do to make it work. And one of them is you got to pick the best ones, the least violent one. Like, let me show you a picture. If I haven't thrown it away, and you tell me if you were, do you hire people for a living? What do you do for a living? Do you have any interaction with black men at your business?
Yeah. Where I work, yeah.
Okay. Did you see the black man that shot the woman at the apartment building?
Yeah, I saw him.
Would you hire him at your job if he showed up like that with those dreadlocks?
Yeah, I don't see any issue with that. If he was competent.
You don't see any issue? Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. I'm just telling you, bro. Like, when you're dealing with these people, you're gonna face issues that you just can't imagine. And let's go back to this. Let's go to another article I wanted to pull up here rather quickly here. And this is what I think is rather interesting. It's coming down the pike in a lot of these inner cities. And let me see if I can cut the video up. Let me know if you can hear the sound.
Because of a boiler that was never maintained.
That they've been dealing with for decades, piling up. Those are just some of the no heat or hot water, cockroaches, and garbage piling up.
Good.
The issues that residents in 2 apartment buildings say that they've been dealing with for decades. CBS 2's
no heat. What did she say? No heat. Trash piling up. They've been dealing with decades. Is that what she said? Or do I need to rewind it? They've been dealing with it for decades. Why do you think they stayed there for decades?
No, rent was cheap.
Okay. You think they're paying rent? Do you think they were paying rent? Seriously? You think they pay rent for decades with trash piling up?
Probably.
Okay.
Jennifer Bisram spoke to the Washington Heights tenants who are now
This is
fighting
in Manhattan,
to
by the way.
own their apartments.
Tenants of one of the city's worst landlords are demanding ownership of their Washington Heights buildings so they can make the repairs they desperately need.
We still have the rats, roaches.
Sonia Peralta was one of dozens of longtime residents at 705.
Do you think these people can effectively take over a building and do better than the landlord?
Now that's a good question. I doubt that.
Why do you think they want to take over this building, this man's building? Huh?
Yeah, I think you the problem, Mr. John. You the problem.
you might be right. Hey, you might be right. Well, we're gonna see who's gonna be the problem, assuming they take over this man's building. Who they gonna blame then? When they can't run the building halfway as well as he did. Well, we see. Let me ask you: do you think the landlord is the cause of the rats? Well, forget about the rats. Do you think the landlord is the cause of the roaches?
I mean, for not having pest control come by every once in a while, yeah, part of the problem.
Okay.
Because no matter how nice a building is, there's going to be pests if you don't.
Okay, let me ask you: did you grow up getting pest control at your home? On a regular basis?
I mean, I grew up, middle to low income, and we had
okay.
some
The niggas in this video, hold on, the niggas in this video are low income. So
we did home remedies. We did home remedies.
Okay. So could they have come up with a home remedy to keep the roaches out? Do you think that's? Am I off base for even asking that?
Nah, but you can only do what someone does a building, like with multiple units, right? So
do you think
everybody wasn't that effective?
Do you think everyone in this building did their part?
Absolutely not.
Do you think that once they take ownership of this building, assuming they do, they're gonna straighten up and fly right and start doing their part?
Probably not.
And 709 West 170th Streets, who rallied against deplorable conditions Monday in the fight to own their own apartments after what they call neglect by their landlord.
Imagine waking up in the middle of the night with smoke throughout the building and the smell of burning oil because of a boiler that was never maintained. Imagine fighting cancer and not having heat and hot water.
Do you want to own this building? Yeah! And that one over there?
Yeah! Hey, I want all the building. Man, these people, you can see the revolution getting started here, man. Look at these people. You got two of them with masks, liberals probably. Those are probably the ones stoking these immigrants here. They think they're going to own somebody's building.
They were joined by city leaders and housing advocates.
18 months ago, we came.
Do you know who this is?
No. Who that?
He's like a New York City, well, as you can see, what they call a public advocate. I want to say this Negro lives on a military base in New York City. He don't live anywhere close to these people, or he don't have any problem with the safety, security. I'm pretty sure this is the Negro that lives on the military base, Fort Hamilton, if I'm not mistaken. And here he is talking about, stoking these people against the landlord. Like that is really the big issue that you're seeing here. Is that this is city leaders and advocates, and I bet you all the ones with masks are advocates of some sort. City leaders are starting the revolution amongst these people here, these tenants. I just told you a story earlier about a black woman trying to run a coup in my house. And that is what you clearly can see here, that these blacks and city leaders are organizing these people to run a coup against the landlord.
Came here to announce our worst landlords of that year, and Daniel Absalom and Jonathan Santana topped that list. And since then, the strength of the tenants have really shown.
The landlord, Daniel Obshalom, was recently sentenced to jail time for several housing violations. We first showed you the living conditions inside the buildings back in March. Residents say not much has changed with the leaks, rats, trash, and much needed repair.
Hey, you know, I don't want to assume, but have you ever lived like this before? Like, you know, when you say you were growing up, did your places look like this when you were growing up?
Nah, hell no. Hell no.
If y'all were real poor, would you think could you have seen your parents have you live like this?
I mean, you know, if you're in that situation, I guess you don't got a choice.
I mean,
So I
there's
guess
dishes in the sink, trash in the sink. Like, if I were
that's in
living
their
like this,
or in the hallway.
I don't know. Let's say if you were living like this, would you show pictures of your home for the whole world for you and me to see?
That's in their unit or in the hallway or
I don't know. It don't matter where it is. Would you want people to see you were living like this?
Yeah, if you ask them for help, which is what they do. You show the worst of it, so you get some
All we
you get a
want
GoFundMe
from
going.
705 and
Yeah, okay. All right, fair enough.
709 is to own our apartments.
We did reach out to the landlord as well as some of his associates. As of this report, we have not heard back from anyone. In Washington Heights, Jennifer Bisram, CBS 2 News.
We are told city
I got
officials
one
will
more
do
I want
inspections at both buildings.
I got one more I want to cover with you. I think it's one more. Well, I want to get back to this article quickly here, and then I want to have one more. And then this is the senior citizen article. Can you see this article here? Can you see this? Hey, Q. Are you able to see this article? You may be on mute, but I'm assuming you can see it. All right.
Yeah, I can see it. The lady sitting on the couch.
It's interesting because my mother lives in a senior citizen building. And I want you to listen to this. So they stopped taking her money, so on and so forth. She's one of more than a dozen low-income tenants in the building. Future tenants have been thrust into question about outstanding rent. So alleged outstanding rent, bounce checks, and okay. So this looks like why they stopped taking her money. Does that make sense? Some tenants owe as much as $13,000. Now these are old people. Most of them are elderly. Why do you think the old blacks can't even pay their rent? What are they spending their money on? Viagra? What do you think the old blacks are spending their money
on? They're probably in debt.
They keep me on mute.
Yeah, they're probably in debt.
They're probably what?
In debt.
These old people with debt. Okay, look at
car payments and stuff.
Listen what the old Negroes. Okay, listen what the Negroes are alleging. They were double billed. That the management company lost checks, served erroneous eviction notice, accounting errors, and waiting years before notifying tenants of outstanding balances. Now, do you think them Negro tenants went years and just forgot to pay rent or forgot they had an outstanding balance?
No, that's a damn lie.
Listen to this. This is interesting. The expiration of payment.
I think you're the problem, Mr. Galt.
I'm glad you feel that way, sir.
Let me.
Hey, you remove me out of the equation. Where do the niggas live?
Let me give you.
Honestly, bro, hold on. Do you rent to niggas? Do you do any business with niggas? Okay.
No.
Would you do business with niggas?
Yeah, I would.
But you don't.
Right.
You got a whole bunch of blacks in the community like you.
Well, no, hold on.
Huh?
No,
what you got?
I do it from time to time.
Oh. So tell me about this business that you do from time to time. Is it like a part-time, like you do it like, like for leisure or something?
Yeah, we could say. I don't want to get into all that, but listen, you know what you remind me of? You remind me of when you go to a restaurant, you see the family that goes to the restaurant.
Yeah.
And they basically pick a fight for every little thing. They get sat in a section. No, I don't like this section. Oh, the food took too
You
long.
talking about when the blacks go in the restaurant and they don't want to pay? Is that what you're talking about?
No. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm trying to say is there's an entertainment aspect to this. Hold on, let me get on camera first. There's an entertainment aspect of this with you. I see it. You don't want to.
What?
You ain't gonna want to admit it. You just like the entertainment aspect. Instead of taking route A, you're gonna take route B, just because it's more entertaining. There's something wrong with you. You the problem. You the problem.
Now, hey, listen. I do find it a little bit entertaining. Have you seen this?
What's that?
Have you seen this, sir? Have you seen this?
What's that? Sweet tea? What's that? Sweet tea?
Hey, look, have you ever? Do you know where that came from?
What's up?
Are you over there just scratching your head like this? Are you over there just scratching your head like this Negro right now, wondering where the hell this came from? Is that what you doing? You were like, why in the hell? Sweet tea, boy, y'all niggas. Man, let me, man, you got me going here, bro. I want to show you a couple pictures. We got a couple of people in chat, so I kind of want to get your response for a couple of things. But let me go back to these old Negroes while I pull up these pictures. So these old Negroes are not paying their rent, and some of them are up to $13,000. Now, is your mother still alive? Anything like that?
Yeah.
Cute. If your mother was behind on rent, would you help her?
Yeah, of course. If I could.
What if she got so far behind you couldn't help her? Would you just say, "Mom, come live with me"? If you could, right? You say, "Hey, Mom."
Well, let me answer the question. It depends, right? In the environment that we're in, I would probably have her stay where she's at. All right.
Without paying rent.
Let me expand. The environment that we're in, basically, you present a human with a couple options, right? They're gonna go through the scenarios, and they're gonna pick the scenario that's best for them. In that environment right now, you could stay in a place without paying rent, and there not really be any repercussions. So why not? Why not just have her do that? All right. So I can't really blame these people. They're just humans making human choices. Like someone offers you a plate of steak and potatoes, or offers you a plate of grain. Which one are you gonna pick? You're gonna pick the steak and potatoes. That might not be the best analogy,
but these people are taking.
No,
these people are taking. No one is offering them anything.
Right now there is the question of morality or ethics, but common sense.
Okay.
If you take morality and ethics out of it, common sense would be to stay there for cheap or free.
Okay. All right. Hey, I'm not gonna argue with you on that. Let's keep it. Most of these old Negroes in the building, you see this, receive subsidies to help pay for their monthly rent, and yet they still aren't paying on time. Man, that's interesting. That's something, right?
That's the environment breeds this.
It's just the environment.
Encourages this. But I think you the problem. Back to the topic. You the problem.
Hey. What topic should I be coming back to?
Well, you keep renting to these people for entertainment purposes and to exploit them. You should be ashamed of yourself.
You think I'm exploiting them? Don't you think they need a place to live?
Yeah.
And they come to me and they ask for a place to live, right?
Yeah, you're not forcing them, but
am I making them to behave Like, what is it okay if I call them wild animals? If I call them wild animals, what would you say? Would you say that Nate? You just say that's not right. Would you say that's you say that's racist? If I call them a wild animal, you say that's racist. What do they call themselves wild animals?
Listen, you said it's like the way I'm look at it, you setting them up to fail. That's the way I look at it.
You think I set them up to fail?
Yeah.
So do you think they would be succeeding had they not met me? That's what you're saying.
Say it again.
So you think that these people were on the path to success, and then they met me, and it all went to shit? Is basically what you're saying.
No, that's not what I'm saying. But you're not helping. You're not helping them.
How should I help them? In your opinion, what should I do to help them?
Work with them.
Hey, let me share. Can I share some old Negro follies with you? Hey, are you on the screen here? Can I share some old Negro follies with you?
Go ahead.
What would you suggest I do for this person? Can you see this?
Yeah, I see.
What would you suggest?
Okay.
What would you suggest? What would you do?
And twisted his hair for an hour, explaining to him no guests means no guests. He insisted it was other guests fighting with knives. Again, I apologize.
Hey, can we break this down for a minute? You mind if we break this down? I'm going to give you a little bit of backstory. Right. So this was the mama saying that somebody came to twist her son's hair for an hour. And she explained to him, no guest means no guest. So in other words, he had booked a room or whatever, and he booked a twin room, small bedroom. There's one person only. So other people in the house are complaining that he had a woman or whatever over there and whatever, maybe my house manager or something. And so I tell him, hey, can't have overnight guests. You're in a one-person room. His mama writes me back this, saying that he was just getting his hair twisted. Sir, you ever had your hair twisted?
No.
You ever thought about getting your hair twisted?
Maybe. When I was younger, I had short hair.
Now we're going to go into the next sentence. He insists that it was the other guests fighting with knives. Knives. Again, I apologize. Man, these blacks are crazy, man.
So tell me. Yeah, you said let's break
sure. What you got?
So the mother booked it for the son.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And you
that's against the rule. That's against the rule. But this is what niggas do.
Whoa, but
maybe I didn't know. Maybe I didn't know. But it happens all the time for people do it all the time, whatever reason. But let's get beyond that. Because all he did was get his hair braided. So I ain't really got much complaints for him. But listen what she said about the other blacks.
Well, how do we know that? How do we know that?
How do I know what? That they were fighting now, or that they were black?
They were black.
Because I'm telling you the story. I'm telling you they were black.
How do you know?
Shit, I remember. How the hell I forget? If I get a message like two niggas fighting with knives, I gotta go check that out. Right? Two niggas fighting with knives, man. Right? Look at it. In a house, man. I guarantee you, man. They made. I don't know. I can't remember who it was. I told you a story about one kid. I led the stream off. I had these two blacks, man. And one of them I really wanted to get rid of real bad. And I said, well, damn. He paying his rent, but I just want to get rid of it, nigga. I just really like him. It really wasn't a problem that I can remember. Probably a slow period, but I just, I knew that I just wanted to go in a different direction, and and so I said, well, how can I get rid of this black? And so I had a old crazy ass black that worked at a grocery store, and this may be who they're talking about. I can't remember exactly. I've had many niggas fighting with knives and stuff like that. So I said, well, damn, I got a crazy nigga in one house and a nigga I want to get rid of in another house. What do you do? So let me ask you this question. What would you do? This is hypothetical. What would you do if you had one nigga you wanted to get rid of and another crazy nigga that you didn't mind getting rid of? What would you do?
Say it again.
So you got two crazy niggas. Well, one crazier than the other. All these niggas are crazy, but one crazier than the other. And you want to get rid of that one crazy nigga, right? Well, you want to get rid of the one not so crazy nigga. You just don't like him. So, what is that? A tooth? What's that? What's an egg? Oh, okay. All right. So if you wanted to get rid of,
is what you gotta do. You gotta sacrifice. Eat your breakfast, cheap oatmeal, and a hard-boiled egg. Sacrifice. No Uber Eats out here, bro.
Hello. Hold on. Who is this? Who's joining here?
Fan 2000.
Yeah, okay. Introduce yourself here.
I'm the Looney Tunes man. I have 3,100 subs.
Okay.
And I mainly focus on Looney Tunes. And many people say I have the best streams on YouTube.
Okay, all right. Well, glad to have you here. Do you want to comment on what we've discussed so far, or are you just now joining?
I just now joined.
All right, okay. So you'll be here for the hypothetical. I had two black tenants that I really didn't care one way.
There's a restream button, by the way.
I'm sorry, say that again.
A blue stream to see your audience button.
Say that one more time.
A blue stream to see your audience button.
You blue streamed it.
Yes, if it hit that, this stream will be streamed over to my channel.
Oh, okay, perfect. Yeah, no problem. All right. Hey, so I had these two Negroes. One I really wanted to get rid of, and one that I didn't care if I lost him or not. So to you two sirs, if you're listening, what would you do if you had two disposable Negroes? How do you think I got rid of them?
Okay, EJ says someone came by and twisted his hair for an hour. I explained to him no guess means no guess. He insists it was the other guest fighting with knives. Again, I apologize.
Yeah, we're going to take this off screen.
So how I would get rid of this cube over
here? Yeah.
I mean, logically, I would just ask each of them to leave.
Okay, all right. That sounds logical, but it usually don't work that way. So
that's logical. The John Galt way for entertainment purposes, I'm sure, involves some other crazy cockamamie entertainment purposes exploitation route.
So you don't think I asked you to leave?
I probably not. Probably not.
So you think?
Because you know what you are. You know what you really are. You're an entertainment racist person.
So what I did was, I tell you what I did. I introduced each of them to each other. So they were in separate houses.
And then hit the button. This stream will be restreamed over to my channel.
Oh, okay, I got you. I know what you're talking about here. And so basically what I did was they were in separate houses, and I said, well, I want to get rid of both these niggas. So what I did was I put both of them in the same house. And within a week or two, they damn near killed each other.
I apologize if the police come in, but it was one single officer, not two or three, not 2, 3, or 4. It was one guy. He told us he only came because he heard yelling and he left.
Is this one of CT's
the windows was open.
Is this another one of CT's special guests? Who is this?
This is a Brandon Looney Tunes fan 2000.
Hey, Brandon, could you come on camera or no?
Yeah, Brandon, do you want to come up on camera here?
Why?
Oh, well, you don't have to. We just asked if you would like to come on camera. It's not a problem.
There is a restream button.
Let me see if I can show you guys some other funnies while we're here.
So John Galt, so what did you do? You introduced him and then what happened?
Okay.
Should I restream this? Yes or no?
Yeah, if you would like, you feel free to go right ahead. So So I had these two niggas that I wanted to get rid of both of them. And I said, hey man, what could I do? So what I did was, hey Brandon, can you mute yourself?
I am a G-rated channel.
All right, thank you. So what I did was, the nigga that I wanted to get rid of, he was living in one house, and the nigga that I didn't mind basically dropping a bomb on the other nigga, he said, I'll put the two niggas together. And so the crazy nigga, I figured that he would win. Brandon, I'm going to put you on mute for 1 second. So I figured that the crazy nigga, the one that had the job, I figured that he would get rid of the nigga that I really wanted to get rid of. But that nigga had dog in him. And he grabbed a butcher knife, man, and damn near killed the nigga. And I had this much of like, what do they call it? Empathy or remorse that I done put these two combustible niggas together to blow themselves up. But it had to be done. I had to, clear house, man. Shit, he did his job. As I knew he would, my friend. And so, those are the type of things that, I tell people, you really have to think. You really have to think ahead, it's a mind game. Because you're not going to be able to beat these people. You're not going to be able to evict them if they don't pay you. But I guarantee you, as stupid as they are, you will find a way to mentally defeat them. It just takes thought. And again, like, no one will ever tell you this story. I knew deep down, if I mix these two niggers, they'll blow themselves up and clear my house out for me. And just like clockwork, they did it. I've told this story many, many times. And people say, damn, that's like genius or sinister or downright damn near devious. I just take the nigger's motivation and use it against them, like in jiu-jitsu or martial arts or something. Right? You know what they talk about, using some man's motivation, a bigger person, and you can use his motivation against him. And that's what I really, really believe is that, people ask me all the time, hey, you ever had to fight some of these niggas? Hell no. What the hell I look like trying to fight some of these big ass niggas? I wouldn't have a chance. Some of these violent niggas. You see, I just told you a story where one stabbed the hell out of the other one. Someone says down here, John, do you know the difference between combustible and flammable? Would you put two flammable N words together? How about a combustible and a flammable N word? Combustible. I would say Negroes are combustible. They very well could be flammable too. I'd have to look up the definition, though I think you spelled it wrong. Would you put two flammable N words together? How about a combustible and a flammable? It's very interesting that you speak of this, because one of the boys clearly was probably flammable, and the other one was combustible. And I think in this case, maybe the combustible Negro killed or damn near killed the flammable nigger. You're going to make me look it up and see if I can find some pictures of that nigga he sent me. He laid up in the hospital after being stabbed. Because I remember his mother texting me and all that shit. And if I find these pictures, it looks like they gone. But I'm sure I have them somewhere. Pictures of that nigga. Let me see if I can find them. I'm sure I have some pictures of it. Yeah, damn. I actually have a... Yeah, sure.
While you're looking that up, something just came to mind. I think I watched a comedy skit by Cedric the Entertainer. You familiar with that comedian?
Which comedy skit you talking
about? He did a comedy skit, I believe, if my memory serves me right, where he talked about how, I think he was talking about black people, but he was talking about how they choose the entertainment route, right? So they, will do things to damn near agitate themselves in order for them to go wild on the situation. I'm gonna see if I can look it up and find it and direct you to.
All right, you put it in the back chat if you do. Let me share a picture with you while while I'm doing that. You see what you guys think about this. Let me see. Let's see. Let me see. I have some good ones here. I want to get your opinion on some of these.
So I restream this, yes or no?
I'm sorry. Yeah, sure. Is that you, Brian? What do you have to say here?
I'm a G-rated channel.
What does that mean?
All suitable for all ages.
Oh, okay. All right. Good. So we'll make sure to keep the cursing and anything like that down, Brandon. I wanted to show you guys one more text message before we end this stream here. And if I can't find it, I'll have to save it for another day. Let me see if I can find it here. I don't know where I put it here, but anyway, I wanted to share this picture with you. I'm sure I have it somewhere here. Hey, but anyway, while we're here, did you get a chance to see my stream yesterday about the types of employment to avoid when dealing with black men? Cube, did you get a chance to see that? You don't
See
by the way.
See which one?
Oh, you know what? There was a yesterday I did a stream about types of black men to avoid when renting. Did you get a chance to see that?
Yeah, I did see that.
What did you think about that? Do you know anyone that drives Uber or anything like that?
Yeah, I found the.
My channel has no swear words at all. None.
Okay, we're gonna make sure we don't swear over here.
Yeah, I put in it's just a real short clip. I'm sure it's longer than that. But
okay,
I put in the back chat. Cedric kind of explained.
You know, I'm not even sure if I can play that kind of stuff over here, to be honest with you, because I don't have the copyright to any of that stuff. I just started. I'm not trying.
Be careful what you say.
Let me share this with you. Let me share this with you guys, and we're going to end the stream with this right here. I think if I can get this playing.
I hit the subscribe button.
Oh,
Hey,
thanks. I'll subscribe to you. I'll subscribe to you.
Can you put your channel in the back chat or in the chat so I can check you out?
I've ever had a blue ridge, I could put in the public chat.
If that's okay with Mr. John Galt.
Oh yeah. Fine. You can put it in the public chat. That's fine with me. Hey, and Cube, you say you put the some link in the chat.
In your chat.
I don't know if I see it.
Yeah, the
okay. I don't know if I see it.
Over 3,100 subs.
Okay, yeah, I don't know if I see the Cedric the Entertainer clip. I just see Cedric the Entertainer. But anyway, I'm gonna end.
It's in the back. It's in the back chat.
Oh, back chat. Let's see, where is that?
Okay, Brandon. Okay, I'll see it. Brandon, that's just in the back chat.
Oh, I see. All right, give me one second. I think I probably should. Let's see.
If it had a wrench, I'll be able to put in the public chat.
Oh, I see. Is that what it is? Okay, I got you. Okay. I'm going to show you guys this video, and then I'm going to show you. Well, let's go ahead and take a look at this Cube's video that he sent here.
This describes you perfectly.
Let me know if you can hear it.
People, we wish. we very confrontational. We wish a motherfucker would. They hope things don't happen. We don't kind of hope the ones in our chairs. No one's there. But black people, we wish. we very confrontational. We wish a motherfucker would.
Hey, man, that's true, man.
That's you right there. That's you right there, Mr. Java. You the problem. You the problem.
Hey, man, you know I do like a little, I'm probably, I'll back
my channel has no swear words at all. And some of the videos you saw off have swear words on them.
Oh, well, we try our best, Stanley, but we can't be for sure. Let me share this video with you guys. I mean, this is Somali, and I tell you, these are the type of things. As a black landlord, sometimes I'll be on CT channel out here, just the blacks talking all kind of. You can't get a woman. And I said, man, like I'm the landlord to these women and men. Shit, you know how many women throw themselves at me? Look at this woman right here. Let me know if you can hear it. Hold on. You hear it?
So you walked in and you.
I walked in. Right here.
Oh Lord, baby. So that's the shirt you have. Show me the shirt. So you see this gray shirt right here? Can y'all see this gray shirt?
Yes, I see it.
So this woman, I had put her stuff out on the back porch, and I don't know if you, I've seen you on CT channel. So the man next door, in the bedroom next door to her, the one I told you I had to tighten up the screws with the woman. You know, he is a woman. He takes this shirt. Do you see where my mouse is? Can you see where my mouse is on this shirt?
I think so. Yeah, moving the mouse a little.
Here, look.
Yeah.
Here's the shirt right here. You see it right there, right? That gray shirt right there in the middle. Now she's on the kitchen floor, but she's gotten her things from the back deck. There's a back deck back there. When she didn't pay for the next day, I just moved her stuff, all this stuff, to the back deck. Well, the Negro in the room next to her, the one that I told the story about, the screws in the bed, he takes this gray shirt and puts it on, which means he had to take the shirt that he had off, and put this one on. It's a woman's shirt. She walks in and she sees this man with her shirt on, and now she's going through all her things on the kitchen floor trying to figure out, well, what the hell are any of my things stolen?
You literally seen him take it off in front of you.
See, you heard her say, you literally seen him take it off. Now that's all her had. That's all her had to do. That's Molly. Is she crazy? That's Molly, but boy, she.
These are the type of people you. What the hell?
Hey man, listen. She on the kitchen floor, man, going through her thing. Hey man, these people, all these blacks are crazy. Look at it. Look.
Now, why are you doing this right here instead of doing?
Because I had to make sure it was my shirt. See, I don't turn up or I don't say nothing until I make sure that shit is mine.
See, she said she don't turn up until, like, they all can turn up, man. Listen.
I was like, okay, let me make sure that my gallery department shirt is in here. Y'all already been turning me up now.
Bring it down a little bit.
See, now it's late at night, and she trying to get loud, and so if you hear my voice, I'm gonna let you listen to my voice. Listen.
Hey,
Listen.
Look, why are you doing this right here?
You hear I'm talking very, very passive. Why are you doing this right here? That ain't how I talk. But to keep this nigga from raising her voice, listen.
How would I do it on the floor? It's stuff everywhere on the floor. It's like dirty as fuck. The bed's not even made. Like it's just
I'm
like.
about to do it. All right.
Listen.
I don't know why I literally that's my house here. I don't know if y'all think that how things are, but yeah, no, I'm not that bitch. Like, I'm not.
No, that's
Not that
You
bitch.
should really realize that. Not one.
Listen. She ready to get turned up. This is how you have to talk to them, man. You have to be very, very passive. You know, when they ready to get turned up, man, you have to be very passive. You know, because she was ready to go at any moment. And you know, this is a classic example. I
did put my channel in the public chat.
Okay, all right. Let's see. I think we got it, Brandon. We got it. Hey, Brandon. We're about to end this stream here. Any last words? Willie, Q, have the last word here.
You can't. Did you look at my channel?
Yeah, you know, I looked up your channel the other day. I just now remember. I think I subscribed as well. Yeah, I think I subscribed.
The other person here.
Oh yeah, I don't know if the other person is subscribed or not, but I think
I'll check it out after the fact because I'm on my phone and it'll take me out of the stream.
I'm on the goal to 4K by July 1st.
Good, we're pulling for you. All right, any last words, Brandon?
Like and subscribe to my channel with the best streams on YouTube.
And what's the name of your stream?
I'm doing a stream 5 o'clock today.
What's the name of your channel? I'm sorry.
Brandon Luchas Fan 2000.
Oh, okay, I see it there. Okay. Well, thank you for stopping by, Brandon. Q.
Yes.
So, what do you think?
Yeah,
since you said that I'm looking for confrontation with the blacks, couldn't the blacks avoid all this by just paying their bills and keeping their place clean?
But you picking the ones that you're gonna be able to get a fight with.
You think that you think? Let me show you something, Q. Let me show you something, Q. Let me see if I can show you something, Q.
You are the problem. You just like Cedric the Entertainer said, you looking for
So you think that I'm out here like picking
what
fights
do you
with
say?
black people?
Wishing that's you right there to a T.
Well, you know, hey, I don't back down, but as I say, you think I'm out here
Yeah.
basically?
You see.
You know, this shit. You don't believe that. You can't believe that, bro. Like who okay, let me ask you this. Let me ask you this, see if I can get through to you. Do you see what these people have done in my houses? I show you some of the things these people have done in my house. You've seen, right? If you been on
Yeah,
CT
I
stream,
saw some.
you saw that, right?
I saw some.
And
But my point is that that's the cost of doing business for you. In order to get your rocks off, you cool with it.
So you think that I enjoy? I get some kind of like enjoyment.
Yes.
Do you think that's why I got into business?
That's not why you got into business, but that's why you continue to cater to the clientele that you cater to.
Is that right?
Yeah, that's what. Hey, I haven't heard you say anything that changed my mind differently.
Let me see if I can show you. I mean, you know, these blacks really are something else. Cube. I want you to just take a look at this picture here. Listen to this lady. Look at it. Look at this. My car was stolen from outside the Airbnb last week. It wasn't even Airbnb, but whatever. I don't blame the location or the apartment. These things happen. I mean, why can't people be honest? Why do you think that is? Why do you think people can't be honest, Cube?
Well, I think they are, but you know, they want to be politically correct.
Politically correct for what?
Not to hurt people's feelings, not to get, you know, in trouble, public opinion, their job, things like that.
Okay, all right. Well, Cube, we're gonna end this stream off with one of my favorites. Have you seen this video? Let me see if I can show this video, Cube. Let me see if I can show this video for you, Cube. I want to get your reaction from this one right here. Give me 1 second, Cube. I want to get it up for you. 1 second. I'm pulling it up now, Cube. I want to get your reaction to this right here, Cube.
On your floor.
No, it ain't. No, it ain't with these niggas sitting right here smoking that weed. There can't be no piss. Johnny, ain't no way in the world that is piss and shit on the floor. And these niggas right here smoke weed. I don't believe it.
Nah, not at all.
Let's see. Let's see. Damn! Damn!
Why do you think those blacks are sitting there and piss with piss less than 12 feet away from them?
Probably because they haven't paid, and they probably got a little Cedric the Entertainer in them too.
So you think they don't mind in that piss? Do you think a white person would sit there in that piss like that? Would piss like that?
For free accommodations, yeah, they might. I don't think they're paying. So.
Man, you good, man. Hey, I have to give you credit, bro. You ought to be in Hollywood right for niggas.
All right,
I'll put you in Hollywood, bro. You can write scripts for niggas. Anyone ever suggested that? You can write scripts for niggas.
Nah. That's what everyone thinks, John Galt.
All right, man. Hey, glad you all guys came out for the stream. I've been trying to get it better and better every day. I tell you, you know, the Negroes like you, man, they they never run out of excuses for these Negro behavior. But the bad part about it is Q probably owns a home or he owns an apartment or a condo or something, and he's not subjected, you know, at least not right now, to having to look for an apartment and the landlord saying, I don't want to deal with any black people living like that. And but sooner or later, we can't run uphill fast enough. And we're going to have to pay the toll for what these black people are doing if they don't correct their behavior. Anyway, been a great stream. This was very good. Talk to you later.